This is 2021 R5, and one of the changes that we've made in the program here is to better identify member types according to the way that they are used on a truss. So what you're looking at here on screen is just a truss that I put together that's got all kinds of different pieces and piece types and member types input with various methods in order to just show the way that this comes out. In the past, we used to have a lot of pieces that would come out on the engineering drawing that would say other, or they just wouldn't be labeled correctly. So you see here, I've got a wedge on the left, I've got a slider on the right in the heel conditions, I've got a filler frame underneath of the bottom cord here. I've got a let-in 2x6 board that I used with add-on with add board, and I've got a let-in member along the top cord here using the gable dialog. I've got an attic space. So we've got several things going on here, and what the program is going to do now on the truss design drawing only is it's going to identify all of those a lot better than it used to avoid confusion on which grade goes with what member and that kind of a thing. So it's just some cleanup work that we did. So if I print out the engineering drawing here, and we'll just take a look at it on the screen, you'll see that all of those various member types are now represented in the material summary on the engineering drawing. And it'll just be helpful. First of all, whenever we have a let-in gable or a drop gable like this, you will see that the top chord is labeled as upper top chord and lower top chord. And then if there are different grades involved, then it will call those out specifically for each one. It also always shows the upper top chord above the lower top chord intentionally, so that if you're not sure otherwise, you're reading down, okay? And then the bottom chord is next. You see all the webs and all the special sizes. By the way, that let-in member with add board is considered a web because of the way that it's put in. You can either pick web or filler cord. It has to be a web in order to be structural right now in the current releases. So it comes out as a web, but it's listed here. You see 2x6 with all the various joint to joint numbers. Okay. And then you'll see down here, we've got the slider called out. We've got the wedge called out. And then for the attic and the filler, we've got some other descriptions here. So SC is stacked cord. That's the member that's stacked here in the attic space. TB is tie beam. That's up here at the top. And FC is filler cord. So that's the cord material for the filler. And of course, you see they're all the same here, but they don't have to be. And in any of those categories, if there are any grade differences anywhere, then they will be called out similarly to they're called out up here for the upper top chord or for the webs. Okay. The other thing that we did here, and I'm not going to go through all of these, but we tried to associate those because you may not know exactly, well, what does SC, TB, F, what do those mean? Where's the definitions for those? And one of the things that we did is we changed the notes on the drawing. If there are any notes associated with those member types, then we changed those. Like right over here, you will see on the bracing data that the attic tie beam, and you see in parentheses TB, is braced with rigid sheathing or as indicated, right? So the note itself kind of tells you or explains what that means if it's been used, okay? Same thing for the other member types that are in there. If there is a note that's associated with it, we tried to clean up the definitions of what those pieces are in that note so that it's associated with the material summary. We believe we have everything labeled at this point. There should not be anything that comes out as other. However, that is still in the software just in case we missed something. If there's some reason that a piece is not named something that we would normally consider in one of the categories, then it would still come out as an other, and that would at least be shown still on the drawing. Okay. So I think that's about it. If you've got any questions on this or comments, please let me know.